Hank Northrop breaks down his Days of Our Lives character after debut. Salem, USA, in the hallowed, drama-filled halls of University Hospital and the shadow-drenched mansions of Salem, new faces are a constant. But few have made an entrance as simultaneously enigmatic and disruptive as Alistair Core, the mysterious financier played by veteran actor Hank Northrop. Since his debut just weeks ago, Core has been a specter at the feast, a man of quiet power whose whispered conversations and piercing gazes suggest a deep, perhaps dangerous, connection to Salem's darkest secrets. Now, stepping out from behind the character's impeccably tailored suits, Northrop is pulling back the curtain. In an exclusive, wide-ranging interview, the actor delves into the genesis of Alistair, the challenges of joining a legacy series, and the profound creative responsibility of bringing a new piece to the intricate puzzle that is Days of Our Lives. The genesis of a ghost. For an actor, joining a show with nearly 6 decades of history is a daunting prospect. For Northrop, it was an irresistible challenge. When you get the call for Days, it's not just another part. He begins, settled into a comfortable armchair that contrasts sharply with his character's tense corporate throne. It's an invitation into a family, a living history. But with Alistair, the intrigue was immediate. The initial breakdown was sparse. Financier arrives with a secret agenda. Connections to the Mera Empire. It was a deliciously blank canvas. Northrop reveals that he and head writer Ron Carlivati engaged in a series of marathon story conferences to flesh out Alistair's backstory, much of which remains unseen by the audience. We built a whole life for him. He's not a thug. He's a philosopher king of corporate ruthlessness. He was born into old European money, educated in the most elite institutions, but he watched his family's fortune crumble due to what he perceived as sentimental weakness that forged him. He believes emotion is a currency for fools, and power is the only true constant. This backstory informs every one of Alistair's subtle movements. The way he holds a pen, the way he pauses before he speaks, it's all a calculated performance of control. He's a ghost in the machine of Salem's power structures, and he's learned that the quietest person in the room is often the most powerful. The art of the unspoken. In a genre known for its high-emotion confrontations and explosive revelations, Northrop's performance is a masterclass in restraint. Alistair Core is a man of few words, but each one carries weight. Northrop explains this deliberate choice. Soap opera is a beautiful, heightened reality, but within that, there's room for nuance. Alistair is the still water that runs deep. I've always been fascinated by characters who think more than they speak. In his scenes with John Black, for instance, it's not about the dialogue. It's about the shared history that hangs, unspoken, between them. The audience can feel the ice in those silences. He points to a recent scene where Alistair subtly manipulated a boardroom vote concerning the future of Mera Enterprises. There was no mustache twirling, no grand speech. It was a glance, a carefully placed document, a veiled threat couched in corporate jargon. That, to me, is more terrifying than any overt villainy. It's real. True power operates exactly like that, in the margins, in the unspoken understandings. This approach requires a deep trust with his scene partners, a testament to the welcoming environment on set. Working with stalwarts like Drake Hogestin and Deidre Hall has been an education. They are so generous. They understand that a scene is a tennis match, and when I volley back with silence, they know how to sit in that moment with me, to make it breathe. That's where the magic happens. More than a villain, the humanity in the shadows. While the audience has been quick to label Alistair a new antagonist, Northrop is adamant that the character is not defined by simple villainy. If I play him as just a bad guy, I've failed, he states emphatically. My job isn't to judge Alistair, it's to understand him. He is the hero of his own story. He has a code, a twisted sense of honor. He's cleaning up what he sees as the mess of emotional decision-making that has plagued organizations like Mera for years. Northrop hints at a deeply buried humanity that may surface in future storylines. We've discussed a potential thread involving a lost love from his past, a relationship that ended because of his ruthless ascent. That loss is the ghost in his machine. It's the one crack in his armor. He sees it as his greatest failure, a moment of emotional vulnerability. But the audience might see it as the last flicker of the man he could have been. This complexity is what Northrop believes makes daytime drama such a vital and enduring art form. Soaps have the luxury of time. We can spend months, even years, peeling back the layers of a character. Alistair may seem like a monolithic force of evil now, but just wait. The writers have plans that will challenge the audience's perception of him. There will be moments where you might even sympathize with him. And that's the most exciting territory for an actor to explore. Joining a legacy. The weight and the wonder. Stepping onto the set of Days of Our Lives for the first time was a surreal experience for Northrop. You walk past the Horton living room. You see the famous fountain. It's like walking into your own television. There's a palpable history there. You feel the weight of all the stories that have been told, all the legends who have stood on those marks. He recalls his first day with a laugh. I was uncharacteristically nervous, but Stephen Nichols walked right over, introduced himself, and we spent 20 minutes talking about the craft before we shot our first scene together. That's the culture here. It's a well-oiled machine, but it's a machine run by a family. For Northrop, the most rewarding part has been the response from the fans. The Days fans are the most passionate, knowledgeable audience in the world. They've been welcoming, but are rightfully protective of their show and their characters. I see the tweets. Who is this Alistair guy? What does he want with Steve and Kayla? That engagement is everything. It tells me we're doing our job. We're making them feel something. As for what's next, Northrop remains coy, as any good Salem resident should. I can't reveal much, but I can say that Alistair's web is much larger than anyone suspects. His connections run through every major family in town, the Bradys, the Hortons, the Dimeras, even the Kyriakises. His endgame isn't just corporate control, it's a fundamental reshaping of Salem's soul. And let's just say, he's not working alone. One thing is certain, with Hank Northrop's nuanced and deeply considered performance, Alistair Core is no mere plot device. He is a character being built with care, intelligence, and a deep respect for the legacy he has joined. He is a storm cloud on Salem's horizon, and if Northrop's insights are any indication, the town is about to be drenched in a downpour of intrigue, complexity, and breathtaking drama. The Days of Our Lives, it seems, are about to get a lot more interesting.